Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition with myself, Jack Revell, for Live and Clicking. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about basics of being comfortable on camera. And, you know, it's something that I get asked a lot, which is, okay, Jack, you've told me about all these strategies, and you told me about all these, amazing methods and these things that you can do in order to be able to be more visible and create content and get more people into your business through video and stuff. But I'm still lacking in confidence and feeling comfortable on camera. So today I wanted to take it back to basics and kind of give you a bit of an idea of how you can become more confident in your own space, okay? Because everybody's different, right? Everybody has, a different way of being comfortable on camera. I've got my ways, you've got your ways, and this is the great thing is we can all be individual in that space. So the first thing I want to talk about is, the different parts of being comfortable, okay? Let's start with us, with you, right? When you're, we've all got that favorite shirt or that favorite dress or the, favorite lucky pants or the favorite whatever that we wear, then we want to feel great, like that night out you haven't had for a while, which I'm sure some of you haven't had, with lockdowns and stuff. But, that piece, that bit of clothing you always wear, right? That makes you feel a certain way because of whatever it is. It makes you look good, it makes you feel good, whatever it is, okay? Those sorts of clothes are the ones that you should be wearing in your videos, okay? Because there is something about wearing something that you feel comfortable in that makes everything else flow, okay? It makes everything else feel really good. My example, I wear a hat a lot, right? Because sometimes I just can't be bothered to do anything with my hair. But for some reason, when I flip my hat backwards, I feel really comfortable. I feel a little bit like a little cool kid, and I just like put my hat on, and that's me. And I absolutely love it. So if you've got something like that in your wardrobe that you can use, it's definitely worth looking at, okay? Another thing, part of this is time of day, right? People always ask me, like, when do you do your videos? And I say, well, whenever I feel like I want to do them, okay? Sometimes first thing in the morning is really good for me because I'm up and about and I'm sprightly and I haven't had the ways of the day kind of get me down. So pick a time of the day that works for you. If it's morning, evening, whatever, just create the time of the day that makes most sense for you when you're feeling at your best, okay? Because you're going to get the most out of it, especially if you haven't started doing video before. It's going to be really important that you set up the scene as best you can, like totally set up everything you can that's going to work in your favor, okay? So time of day is really important. Another one that's really important is people. If you've got people around you that make you feel more confident, make you feel better about yourself, make you feel more, I suppose, comfortable in who you are, surround yourself with those people. Now, if that's not physically possible, right, you can obviously do this where you can record something yourself on your camera, on your phone, whatever, and then send it to these people and just say, hey, can I have some honest feedback? And what will happen is those people will give you their honest feedback if they're your real friends, or, your real community. And from that, you'll get so much more of a better idea about what the video is doing for them. And then you can make a decision whether you want to put it out to the big wide world, right? I know some of you have never made a video before, which is absolutely fine. And that's not something that, I'm saying you should just go and do straight away, but definitely try and record yourself on camera and send it to some friends and see what they think, because you're only going to get to the point where you put stuff out online if you sort of take that little baby step forward in that respect, okay? And the next one we'll talk about is environment, right? And I've sort of highlighted this a couple of times over the last few weeks, but there's something about in your environment that really, really makes an impact. Now, I talk about this thing called a one-click studio in my courses, and this one-click studio basically is where, just like Amazon, where you go on Amazon, you want to find the thing you want to buy, you literally click, boom, and it's at your doorstep 2 days later, right? This is exactly the same for making video. If you can create a space where when you walk into it, all you've got to do is sit, stand, position yourself, whatever, and just press record, and you go. Like, it makes so much more sense. And I've got a really nice, easy analogy for you to remember. And it says FLABS, F-L-A-B-S. And I'm going to type it in here for you. So I'm going to type it in here for you. Let me just edit this one out here. So it's called FLABS, and it stands for frame, right? The first one is your frame, okay? And your frame is basically where you are in the camera, okay? So we've got essentially a square box or a rectangle box for you to look at, and you can be right in the center, you can be right to the left, you can be right to the right, whatever. But making sure you fill the frame is really, really important. The reason for that is because, remember, someone's watching your content. They want you're the most focal part of this thing. There's no part of you being really far back or right to the left or right to the right, and also not too far in front as well. Like I've always said, head and shoulders is a great place to be if you're sitting down doing something like this. If you're standing up, maybe slightly more of your torso, but ultimately you want to be filling the frame because that's the thing that people want to see. It's you, right? You are the person they want to be getting in touch with. Okay, so frame is the first one. I'm going to write all these down and I'm going to put them across the bottom of the screen for you. The next one is lighting. Okay. And lighting is funny because a lot of people say to me like, oh, I don't have the right lights, I don't have the right this. And I'm like, you don't need the right lights. A window on a normal day, it doesn't have to be sunny, is perfect, right? Natural light is one of the best lights you can get because it's just so it's just so flat, it's so nice, it's great. Whereas if you are filming in the evening or you haven't got that luxury, then you can get yourself a softbox light. I use either a panel light from a place called Newer. Or I use one from, I use just a studio light, it's about £40 on Amazon. Ring lights, okay. If you wear glasses, however, they can be a bit annoying because they get the glare. So just be mindful of that. If you're wearing glasses and you want to do some video stuff, just get something that's a little bit more flat rather than just like a bright light in your face. Okay, so that's lighting. The next one is angles, right? And the angles are so important, right? I see so many Zooms, so many videos, so many things on social media where the camera is coming from like underneath, and I'm sure we've all seen it, right? All those people who film themselves from underneath it or from above, and we can see the top of their head, right? Don't do that. Keep it at eye level, right? That's just rule of thumb. Keep it eye level because then you look the most natural and the most normal, and people will start to actually resonate with you. It'll be like they're having a conversation with you straight away, right? And if you do these, you start to become more confident in the way that you present because you look like the real deal, right? So angles is really, really important. The next one is background, right? Background. I'm just typing these while I'm talking to you guys. Actually, I'm going to type the last one as well. Is also on there. Cool. So then I'm just going to save that there. Show. So these are the ones I was talking about. So frame, lighting, angles, background, sound. So background is really, really important. Okay, background has to be neutral. It can't be really cluttered. It can't be like if you're in the corner of a room and there's stuff going on behind you, it's distracting. You don't want that, right? You want something that's either clean, right? So a white wall or just a blue wall or black, whatever, right? Just a wall, maybe something in there that kind of gives it a bit of character. I've got a tree and some the bush even and some books. That kind of. If you're into music, you can have a guitar, or if you're into yoga, you could have your yoga mats up against the side. Whatever you're into, right? Because it gives you a bit of character and it gives you a bit of thing. But background is I think really important. Quickly on that, if you're outside doing a video, right, and you're walking along and you're doing something like guerrilla kind of off the cuff style videos, then background's not as important. But what I would say is fill more of the frame. So instead of it being like, how here you've got lots of space going on here, I'd come closer in so that you cut off the different sides of it and just be a bit closer when you're doing stuff outside. The last one is sound, right? Now, sound, it's a bit of a funny one because 85% of people watch videos on silent these days, okay? So, sound isn't as important as it used to be, but it is important if someone does want to listen to it. Now, if someone listens to your audio and they can't hear it, that's like a big no-no. They're going to be like, oh, this is rubbish. Like, what have they even put out here, right? So really important to get sound right. You can get all sorts of microphones. I would recommend this one. It's one called Boya. So B-O-Y-A. I'll put it up to there. So B-O-Y-A. And it's a £20 or not even £14, $20 microphone that you can get that literally sticks to here. It's like a lapel mic, and then it's got a 6-meter cable, so you can put it into your computer, into your camera, whatever you want to put it into, and it's great for stuff that's just like talking to camera. Okay, this is a Blue Yeti microphone that I'm using here. This is what I use for my podcasts, and that's obviously for something a bit more at a desk type thing, but you can get all different shapes and sizes. I wouldn't spend more than 30 or 40 quid on a little lapel mic, and I wouldn't spend more than £100 on a desk mic, because at the end of the day, unless you're doing it in a proper studio and all the rest of it, you don't really need it. Okay, and if you're just starting out, the microphone on your phone is pretty good as well, so long as you're in a soundproof room. And on that, if you wanted to soundproof your room a little bit better, curtains, carpets, cushions, anything that's basically just going to pad it out a bit is going to really, really help. Okay. Now, so that's kind of like on your environment. Now, when it comes to making, yourself feel more confident on camera, there's a couple of tricks you can do. Okay. The first one is look at the camera. Don't do a video where you're like, oh, hey guys, I'm talking to you. Automatically, the viewers are going to look at you and think like, this person isn't that confident. So if you can, stare down the barrel of the lens, right? It can sometimes be a bit off-putting for people. I know that. But if you stare down the barrel of the lens and just keep a really soft smile and kind of what they call the soft eyes, I can't remember the name for it. But yeah, the eyes where you're looking at camera and you're just, engaging with your audience, right? It's really, really powerful to do that. So looking down the camera, okay? Standing up. I'm not standing up right now because I'm at my desk, but normally if you stand up, you get a much better presence, right? You feel much more alive. You're much more open to actually talking to your audience. So if you can stand up when you do your videos, it does definitely make a lot better and it kind of comes across in a better way as well, right? We've talked about filling the frame. That's really important. And the last one is just super simple, but it can go so far, which is smile. If you smile when you start a video, right, the person automatically is drawn in by your smile, right? We are so unique as humans. Every single one of us is different in every single way, and it's beautiful how different we are in every single way. And one of the biggest things I hear about people not wanting to be on camera is because they feel ugly, or they feel insecure, or they feel like no one's going to listen or no one's going to watch. And I'm going to tell you right now that, okay, that's fine to think like that, but it's not going to get you any further forward than where you are right now. Okay. You're a beautiful person. You really are. And if you have something to say and something to share with the world, then why shouldn't you share it? Right? Who says that whoever you think is going to tell you that you are ugly or not going to be listened to, whatever, like, just do not listen to those people. They're not there for you, right? They're not your people. Just do it for the people that do want to listen to you, because for every one person that doesn't, there's probably 10 that do. And the great thing about when you start showing up as you and you start being authentic, right? Again, authenticity is the best way to be consistent because it's just you being you. If you can show up and do that every single time, right? Then it means that when people start to see your content, if they don't like who you are and you're not interested in what you're trying to say, they will unfollow you. And that's a good thing. That is a good thing, because if they unfollow you, it leaves way more room, right, for people to come in who do want to follow you. Okay. There's an article which I talk a lot about, which is called 1000 Fans by a guy called Kevin Kelly. And if you haven't read it yet, please go and find it. I might even link it in the bottom of all these places, because it's such a great article. It talks about how you don't need 1 million followers to make $1 million, right? And what you can actually do is just find 1,000 what they call super fans. And these super fans are basically anyone who loves what you do, and they will buy everything you sell, share everything you post, and tell every single person they know about you. And you'll grow your business purely on that, right? Now, the way you get that point, the way you get to 1,000 super fans is being unique to you. Not trying to copy someone else, not trying to imitate someone else, not trying to compare yourself to anyone else. You just being you. And this confidence that comes through when you are you, right? You look at anyone in the world who's succeeded in just being themselves, right? It's because they've just been them. I can think of like Joe Wicks, great example. He just did fitness in 15 and put out food and his midget trees and funny accents and stuff. He's now like super successful, right? Gordon Ramsay, right? Again, he swears left, right, and center, but that's just him, and he's super successful. Elton John, he wore, crazy glasses and outfits and stuff, and that was just him, but he's super successful. People being themselves is unique, and it's interesting, and it's attractive. And so one thing I'd like to leave you with today is, if you're nervous about being on camera and you think, oh my God, I'm scared about what people think of me and how I'm gonna look and stuff, just record yourself. And record yourself in your own environment. Make sure it's nice and comfortable, and you don't have to send it anywhere. But then I just want you to watch it back, but in silent. Okay, don't watch it with any sound on. Just watch it in silence, and just appreciate how you look, and just love yourself. Just absolutely love yourself for a little bit, and just look at it and go, no, I'm good. I'm great. I've taken a step forward in making myself look great on camera, and I'm proud of what I've just done. And the more you do that, the more you'll get used to seeing yourself on camera, and the more you'll get used to actually wanting to maybe put it out to the world. Okay. Like, if you're listening to this in my Facebook group or maybe on LinkedIn or whatever, feel free to DM me if you want me to check out what you think of your videos. Like, I'm totally open to that. And I'm totally non-judgmental. I won't say, oh my God, this is rubbish or whatever. I will give you as much honest feedback as you want, and I will help you get better. So if you're somebody watching this and you're like, I want to start doing video, but I'm just not sure how, I don't know what I look like, I want some good feedback, send them my way. Send them my way. Drop me a DM and I can happily help you. Okay, guys. I hope this has been helpful. Look, I hope that hope that anyone that does feel like they want to start getting more confident on camera can really take some of this away and use it in their own business. But look, next week and for the following weeks, I'm actually going to start changing the format of this ever so slightly. And I'm going to start doing these live with you on a Zoom call, okay? And so what I'm going to start doing is sending out some messages to those of you who listen to this and maybe want to get involved. But basically, it's going to be a weekly thing, and it's going to be an opportunity for you guys to come into a Zoom call with me. I'm going to present like I normally do for 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask me some questions and actually talk to me one-on-one. So hopefully, if you guys are interested, I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to call it like, the sharing circle, or I don't know, confidence circle or something. I don't know. We'll have a think about brainstorming names. But yeah, guys, I really appreciate you coming here, and I've loved that there's quite a few people on this live today. So thank you everyone for sticking around, and I look forward to seeing you all again next week for another edition of Live and Clicking. Peace out, guys. Have a great day.